Hi, Lester, Wushu engineer. Chopsticks. You can eat with them. You can wear them in your hair, if you have any, apparently. And you can also fight with them. The Wushu scientist occasionally likes wearing chopsticks in her hair as some form of decorative hair control device. Don't ask me why, I just work here. But I thought, why not improve them and make them more effective as weapons? So some time ago, I made a pair of titanium chopsticks as a gift for the Wushu scientist. It was a bigger project than I thought in the beginning because I decided to make hers in the Chinese style with a square cross-section to the back ends. So I cut them out of 9mm thick titanium plate as square cross-section lengths, and then proceeded to grind them into a circular taper down to the tips, much like these bamboo chopsticks. A little bit like them anyway. For those of you who have worked with grade 5 titanium, you will know what this means. But finally it was done. I polished them, provided some textured grips so that they wouldn't fall out of her hair, and micro-welded a coating of tungsten carbide to the tips so that it would be possible to score glass with them and would thus improve their use as glass breakers for emergency vehicular exits. I then gave them as a gift to the Wushu scientist, who proceeded to lose them in short order. She finally found them again though. If I had to put a value on them, and in terms of the materials used and the time taken to make them, it would have to be approximately $200 Australian. Now I know what some of you may be thinking. Why not just buy titanium chopsticks on eBay? You can find some sites that claim to sell titanium chopsticks for anywhere in the range $10 to $50. Well, when you scratch a bit through the item descriptions, you start to find that many of the so-called titanium chopsticks advertised online are actually not made out of titanium at all, but are made out of stainless steel instead. A bit of a rip-off. In addition, those that do seem to legitimately be made out of titanium have specifications that read something like this. Material: food grade 100% titanium. I've seen others that claim a purity of over 90% titanium. Now, for titanium, this means that these chopsticks are in fact made out of either grade 1, 2, 3, or 4 titanium, which are all relatively pure grades of titanium. Now that's cool and all, but these grades of titanium are actually quite soft. Wikipedia, and I encourage you to reference the article in Wikipedia on titanium and the grades of titanium. Wikipedia has the following to say about titanium grades. Grade 1 is the most ductile and softest titanium alloy. It's a good solution for cold forming and corrosive environments. Grades 1 to 4 are unalloyed and considered commercially pure or CP. Generally, the tensile and yield strengths go up with the grade number for these pure grades. The differences in their physical properties are primarily due to the quantity of interstitial elements. They are used for corrosion resistance applications where cost, ease of fabrication, and welding are important. This makes sense because the commercially available titanium chopsticks are clearly made using industrial processes in production lines, and the softer, more easily worked grades of titanium would be more applicable to this. In addition, you gain the benefit of a material that is resistant to corrosion, which is, of course, is really great in the food industry or in eating utensils. To maximize the strength and toughness of titanium, it has to actually be alloyed with other elements. As I mentioned previously, my titanium chopsticks are made from grade 5 titanium, which is a grinding disc's worst nightmare because it has a tendency to work harden and erode grinding media at an alarming rate. Wikipedia has this to say about grade 5 titanium. Sorry about the fact that the lighting may appear to be a little bit different now. As it turned out, my father-in-law started up the tractor in the middle of me filming before, doing a really great thing. He's helping us to install a new water tank, but I had to pause recording for some time, so things may appear a little bit different. But anyway, as I was saying, Wikipedia has the following to say about grade 5 titanium. So grade 5 titanium, also known as a Ti6Al4V, is not to be confused with Ti6Al4VELI, which is grade 23. So grade 5 is the most commonly used alloy. It has a chemical composition of 6% aluminium, 4% vanadium, 0.25% iron, 0.2% oxygen, and the remainder titanium. So not 100% pure titanium. It is significantly stronger than commercially pure titanium, grades 1 to 4, while having the same stiffness and thermal properties, excluding thermal conductivity, which is about 60% lower in grade 5 than in commercially pure titanium. Among its many advantages, it is heat treatable. Its uses span many aerospace frame and engine component uses, and also major non-aerospace applications in the marine, offshore, and power generation industries in particular. Applications include blades, discs, rings, airframes, fasteners, components, vessels, cases, hubs, forgings, and biomedical implants. To my knowledge, grade 5 titanium chopsticks are unavailable commercially. Now, correct me if I am wrong about this by sharing appropriate product links that actually state the grade of titanium used to make the chopsticks. As far as I know, you just can't get them. So this in itself makes my titanium chopsticks fairly unique and battle-worthy, of course. In addition, my treatment of the tips of the chopsticks with micro-welded tungsten carbide is a nice touch that you will not find on any commercial product. Of course, they're also handmade, which makes them special as well. When I built them, they were meant to only be a once-off build for the wushu scientist. But my friend's daughter, who is into role-playing games and geekdom, saw them while attending one of the wushu scientist's women-only self-defense courses. She apparently liked them so much that she wanted a pair for her birthday. So I had some flashbacks.
And I strayed out of thought and time.
Until I realized that I could make them in the Korean chopsticks style, which has a flatter cross-section. This enabled me to cut them out of 4mm thick grade 5 titanium and actually do most of the shaping on the bandsaw. This made the build process so much easier. So I ground them to shape, polished them, and applied the micro-welded tungsten carbide tip to the chopsticks. I also put together a green suede button-up bag to keep them in, as I've done for the Wushu Scientist chopsticks. As I mentioned previously, it is possible to fight with them, and this will in no small part depend on your particular fighting system, but in my case, I would favor their use in the ice pick or reverse grip. Note that I call them weapons, but apart from the material that they are made of, they are no different from any other set of chopsticks that you could own. As such, they are actually not weapons, they are chopsticks. They're not edged at all, and their tips are not sharpened. They are flat and circular with a rough diameter of just under 4mm. They're very light, being made out of titanium, and do not actually have sufficient mass to make them effective on their own as short battens. Any striking to the side with them like this, therefore, has to be done with significant biomechanical linking in order to make it effective by channeling your own apparent mass into them. Their offensive potential is highly invested in striking with them as you would do with a tactical pen, concentrating the impact force onto the tip. However, when used in the ice pick grip, they can be used to hook, control, and one in particular can be used primarily defensively, while the other gets used primarily offensively, and those roles can actually change fluidly as you fight and as the need arises. So for those who are familiar with fighting systems involving elements of mantis or crane, these weapons can be seen as extensions of these hand techniques. I was quite happy with the final product, and that's why I decided to make a short video about my titanium chopsticks. I've been considering offering them as a commissioned handmade product on my Wushu Workshop website, which would retail at somewhere between $100 and $150 a pair. So let me know in the comments section below what you think of that. These particular chopsticks, these ones, are however going to my friend's daughter. I hope that you have a good birthday and that you enjoy them. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.